It is.
Malaysia has been made home by people from faraway lands or across the seas. As they say, when a man moves, he takes a bit of home with him. Thank God they brought the food and not the kitchen sink. So why spend a fortune on airplane tickets when you can get a taste of everything the world has to offer right here in KL?
Do you hear that? That is the roaring sound of the South African multi-appetite. And this place, I assure you, will be your #1 exotic food destination.
If you can't go to South Africa, good news! South Africa is right here in PJ. Now I'm about to go chain myself to a table and go wild on a rainbow culinary experience. Now, as we all know, the best way to know somebody's culture is through its food. This one is coming straight out of Africa. And you don't have to look any further other than right here at PJ Palm Sports Center. So, straight to the man himself who tells me that once you're welcome, you are always welcome.
We're all about family, great food, great flavors. I mean, what's the most important thing between eating and drinking? It's the people that you do it with. It's all about cita rasa, which is very famous in Malaysia. Hey, it's all the campur of food.
Love that. I love the cita rasa bit of it.
Cita rasa, you got to check up sikit bahasa Melayu.
Very good. You've been here a while.
8 plus tahun. The restaurant is now in operation for 17 years. We've been patiently waiting to meet you guys for 17 years.
Anyways, that sounds awesome. I'm gonna run into the kitchen to check things out. You don't mind, yeah?
No, not at all. I think
wanna
it's time
see
to
how-
start. Let's get some food prepared. Get the flavors going.
Behind every great man is a woman rolling her eyes. But for David, it's his woman hot in the kitchen. Yeah! I have died and gone to meet heaven. How's it going, Debbie? You alright?
Okay, yes.
Oh, I'm loving what I see. Look at that. Oh my goodness. That's a big sausage.
Yes,
What's it called?
Boerewors,
You call it boerewors?
which is farmer sausage
Farmer sausage,
in
yeah?
Afrikaans.
Tell me a bit about the tradition of braai. I mean, like, you know, as barbecue as a way of cooking in Africa.
We call it braai.
Braai.
All South Africans love to braai. Sunday is a braai day for everyone.
How long is the boerewors?
Oh, that's about half a meter.
Half a meter. My goodness, is that the longest you do? I mean, is that standard size?
Well,
or-
to deal with, yeah, that's about as big as it gets.
That's about it.
I guess you could say that braai is the equivalent of our kanduri, where friends and family get together and simply eat good food. Now that is a braai I can't deny.
Huh? Huh? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, so check it. Here I have my braai boerewors, right, which is basically your farmer sausage, and it's served with a bit of spinach, carrots, and what they call pap, which is actually made out of maize, which is something I'm dying to try because I've never had it before. Then I have my bobotie, which is a bit like a curry, but they baked it with some custard on top. This is what they call sambal, okay? But actually it's not sambal the way we pronounce it, it's sambal. But sambal basically means it's an assembly of a few things. You got your rice, you got your bananas with some coconut shavings, you got your diced up veg, and you got your papadum and the chutney. And over here we have the lovely, lovely tang kalahari. Could be a tongue twister, but I managed to save that. Okay, so I'm just gonna dig in right now. Where do I begin? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. That's right. Oh my goodness, look at this. How can you go wrong, man? You've got your mixture of, look at that. Look at that. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Ah. So spicy. Not spicy like hot spicy, but the good kind of spicy. The one that just melts in your mouth really nicely. I'm gonna have a bit more of that. An amazing explosion in your mouth. I don't have to say anymore. Oh my goodness. So now you have your bobotie. Essentially curry. You just cut into it and see what's underneath the surface. It's so beautiful and yellow. Very experienced spice trade. I get this really, really really sweet taste, and then the spice sort of like goes in, and then suddenly it like sweetens up all the way to here. And I can imagine this sort of like curing a cold. Usually when we eat bananas, it's all about dessert. Here, it comes part of your main meal. So now let's try it with a bit of bananas, yeah? This is interesting because you've got your potassium sweet bananas and then you're mixing it with your curry, yeah? And you know what? It's actually very, very good. Enough of that. I need to try the stomach. That's it, no sauce. Pure meat, no fat. Tender, melts in your mouth. Africa has done it well.
The Cape Malay community, comprised mostly of Javanese descent, was sent to exile in South Africa during the Dutch colony era. In time, they adapted a new life, including mixing up recipes according to the local ingredients.
Who would have imagined that people from our part of the world went over to South Africa, they stayed there for a few hundred years, they let this stuff brew, and then they came up with something, and it came back here, and now I'm eating it, and it's got a completely different taste. It's absolutely amazing. These Cape Malays knew what they were doing. You know what? The Cape Malays, orang Melayu, pakai tangan, kan? It may be out of Africa, but it's definitely best in the world.
They make the prettiest French desserts ever.
It definitely leaves a very good first impression.
Kuala Lumpur, crème brûlée, baguette, du chocolat, du fromage, Jean-Luc Picard.
I'm at Nathalie's Gourmet Studio, where they make the prettiest French desserts ever, macarons. I hear they taste like a rainbow exploding in your mouth, and I can't wait to have one of those in mine.
With reputable culinary achievements under her belt, Natalie was actually an advertising student. She managed to channel her creativity onto another platform, gastronomy.
I have been in Malaysia for 7 years now, and I opened my restaurant 2 years ago. Actually, I'm a self-taught chef. We do creative French food. It's part of my passion, and I have been working on creation for now more than 10 years. For me, quality, variety is very important. Every month I change my menus, so they are always happy to discover some new things, and they are never bored.
The menu may frequently change, but the macarons are here to stay. In fact, they keep multiplying in flavors.
So it's now 14 years I'm working on macarons. So I've started with one flavor. Little by little, I've started to create different flavors, and now I'm having more than 36 different flavors.
Wow! I wonder if she remembers all 36 of them.
Well, I have salted caramel toffee, dark chocolate, nougat, hazelnut, walnut, vanilla from Tahiti, violet, blackcurrant, lavender and apricot, lily flower, raspberries, strawberries, pistachio and cherry, lemon, lime, lemongrass, rose and lychee, white chocolate, so many.
The sweet symphony of macaron flavors. Now it's time to gracefully dig into these delicate desserts.
Macaron. See, most of you get your macarons served to you on a ceramic plate. Me, I got wood. Now I got 6 beautiful flavors waiting for me right here. Each of it gives its own distinct flavor, and it cross-dissolves, if you know what I mean. I don't know which one to go for first. Let's give the pistachio a shot.
Oh. I can't believe these tears of joy are caused by a small French pastry.
That was like my childhood. Now we're gonna try the lemon.
Peace of the mind you shall achieve through a single bite of the lemon macaron.
Ah, Paris. After that, c'est bon, c'est bon. Every other bite gave me an indescribable experience according to its flavor.
Oh, I love the coffee. Now, out of the whole lot, I'll tell you what my two favorites are. Raspberry and caramel. You know why? Breakfast, tea time. Nothing else reminds me more of breakfast than this particular macaron, because when you eat it, it's like eating a really strong hint of raspberry jam. But not that kind that you buy at the supermarket at low quality. No, not that one. This is the real deal. This is like somebody went to the bushes, sort of like took some raspberries out and squeezed it and put it in this macaron themselves. Absolutely beautiful. And it reminds me of when I have to have my coffee, which is right smack in the morning. I love it. Now, I know you're interested. It's beautiful. It's pretty little sweets that you must try here at Natalie's Gourmet Studio. Each of them are so beautiful. It's because they tell their own story. And there's a very meticulous science and art and even action that goes into making each and every one of these beautiful macarons. That, from halfway across the world to right here, is best in the world. Oh, breakfast.
My journey of discovering World Flavours is far from over, and there's nothing like colorful French pastry to brighten my morning. But wait, I have a confession to make.
Yes, I'm a caffeeholic, and I hear Muka Cafe has the perfect cup for me. I can already tell. I'm gonna get smitten.
This cozy little cafe in Tonton is the brainchild of a husband and wife team. Being coffee lovers themselves, they wanted to introduce the coffee culture to the people here. It's a social culture where coffee is the social lubricant.
Hi, Liana.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, so I hear you guys have this perfect cup of gawa.
Yes, we do.
Okay,
Wow.
tell me a bit about gawa.
Gawa is actually an Arab coffee. We put some spices in it. Usually we will tell our customers that there is some hot spices so that they're not surprised when they drink the coffee.
Right.
If you don't fancy a cup of joe, then fret not, because Muka whips up an equally mind-blowing cup of Shahi tea. It is delicate and yet full-bodied, aromatic and tantalizing. But now it's time for me to get my coffee on.
Yeah, I can definitely smell something different going on here. It's very sweet. Oh my goodness. That is strong. That is very, very strong. It kind of reminds me of Indian masala, but at the same time, it's just there's that extra kick in it. You know what I mean?
Apparently in the Arab countries, they serve it even stronger. They drink it as a shot instead of serving it in a pot like this. So we
take shots.
Just one shot is enough to keep them energized.
So this is diluted then?
It is diluted. Yeah, just so that we can get the Malaysians comfortable with the taste because it's quite strong.
I see.
To be served a cup of this exceptional beverage is more than just refreshment. It is considered proof that the guest is revered and honored in the Middle East. I only got one thing to say. Gawabunga, dudes!
So, guys out there, don't be afraid to try it. Although, it's different, it's spicy, it's very delicious, but you're not gonna go in for like this taste that's gonna destroy you for the first time. It definitely leaves a very good first impression.
Ooh, what do we have here? Oh, such a pretty tasty looking thing, aren't you? And where did this come from? Muka's sister from another mother, Suka. Sitting nicely inside Muka, Suka was founded by Farah, who at first only knew how to bake 2 kinds of cakes. But now, Suka boasts an impressive list of 20 desserts to satisfy your cravings.
I love it because it's got this whole cheesecake feel to it.
Yeah.
But
The masba, which you think would overwhelm you, actually just creeps in.
It's very subtle.
It's subtle, right? Yeah. Classy. Like this place, very subtle. I like that you got your whole concept. I love that saying, coffee keeps you awake at night. Ours is the taste you'd wake up for. Yeah, I'd like to wake up to this. It's awesome. If you want to try an Arabian twist, a fusion, a world flavor of coffee and tea, and out of the world cheesecake, come to Muka, best in the world.
From one addiction to another, up next, I finally found a place where the meat comes to me.
Ensuring a mouthful of samba-esque delight with every bite. Carnival Churrascaria!
And anytime someone mentions Brazil,
I would think of football. Ah! Capoeira.
Mardi Gras.
And waxing.
Thank you, Brazil, for all that, but when I'm right here in Damansara Jaya right after sunset,
All I can think of is Carnival Churrascaria. Imagine a meat fest, basking in Latin temperament, prepared with the love and passion of the people of Brazil. All this ensuring a mouthful of samba-esque delight with every bite. Carnival Churrascaria! Hello. Chef, please, let's cut straight to the food, sir.
Tonight, the chef is offering you 2 Australian beef steak, 2
Yes.
New Zealand lamb, there's
Oh,
chicken,
yes.
curry chicken,
Yes.
chicken ham, gourmet chicken, sausage,
Yes.
fish, prawns, garlic bread, pineapple, and some other
Oh.
additional stuff now and then.
Sounds like my style.
All meat and recipes are halal.
Okay, great.
You start the meal very simply by taking your plate. You need the self-serve yourself in the salad bar. There are 19 types there, hot and cold. Just take a little bit of salad, the barbecue will start.
Barbecue starts, just like that.
That's right.
I love that. That's like a button you press. Take the salad and begin the barbecue.
a total meat mania up in here. Carnival Churrascaria balances it out with a cute salad bar right at the corner. And they say there ain't nothing wrong with having too much greens in your system. They got that right.
Now you must be thinking, what's going on here, man? Well, I'm just waiting for the meat. Ah, and it has arrived. What is this?
Beef rump.
Beef rump steak. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Look how he's cutting it off the bone, off the bone, off the bone. Oh, and then I hold on to it, right? That's awesome, thank you. See, this is great because it makes you feel like you're a part of the process, if you know what I mean. You just sit down, he's cutting it up, and then it's like, hey man, I'm not gonna do all the work. You wanna eat this, you gotta meet me halfway. Let's check it out. Man, this is the way forward. Oh, it's tender. Day to someone, happy birthday to you. You see, it's so good, people come here for their birthdays. That's really sweet. Back to my food. Oh my God, look at that. Just how I like it. You see that red stuff there? Do not mistake this for some chili sauce. They know that it's got to be a bit rare for you to enjoy it. It melts in your mouth. You know, this is amazing. Yes, please. Lamb. Lamb bam. Try some of that lamb. You see, when you go to a barbecue, usually you get the same marinade all over the place. You taste the chicken, yes. You taste the lamb, yes. You taste the beef, yes. They're different. But the marinade and it being on the same grill sort of like gives it that same I'm at a barbecue feel. This is different. This, the rump, has a completely different taste to this, the chicken, and this, the lamb. 100%. I don't even feel like I'm eating at the same restaurant.
After that, I don't remember much. It was like an avalanche of meat. I was held hostage, and the only way to get free was to say yes to the meat man.
Oh, curry chicken. All right, let's go.
Barbecue pineapple.
Let's do it. Oh. I mean, everything else is great, but the rump,
A rump steak.
the rump steak. Just can't go wrong, man. You know what? This is so good. I can't take it anymore. I'm just gonna barge into the kitchen and find out what's going on in there. I know something you don't know. I felt like my whole life flashed before my eyes. It was too amazing, it was beautiful. It was like properly laid out, and then they had like just many spinning things going about, and you just don't know. And whatever's going on back there looks really, really cool. It was almost like I was in a trip or something like that. Oh, and the trip is over. What's this? Chicken ham. Chicken ham. Let's do it, bro. Let's do this. Oh, I love it. Oh, wait a minute. Probably the best chicken ham I've ever had in my life. Dude, this thing melts like butter to your tongue, if that makes any sense. You won't know what I'm talking about till you come here. These guys know what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. These guys definitely know what I'm talking about.
No wonder the food tastes too good to be true. Here's the man behind the meat, from the motherland itself, Brazil. Rumor has it that he is the only Brazilian barbecue master in town. So, bring it on, Master Joel.
Muito boa. Melhor do mundo. Carnaval churrascaria.
Best in the world, man.
This has been one of the best experiences ever, especially when you don't have to travel to get a taste of World Flavours. No matter what food you crave from any country, everything you want is right here in KL.
Satu Malaysia sudah datang makan kat ice cream di sini, you know. Sedap dia sampai menjilat dinding. 5 bad boys with the power to rock you and patent.